Right, okay. Hello once again, YouTube. Andy with you. It was another exciting, enthralling episode of Andy Cap's Video Diaries. Yes, here we go. Anyway, so today is, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, thereabouts. It's Monday, it's the 18th today, 18th of May, 2020. There we go. Anyway, I've got no wife with me this morning, as you can see. I left her back at home. Basically, she did her back in yesterday, doing some exercises, you know, because she had a broken shoulder. She's been given some exercises to do, and one of them means that she's got to lie flat on the floor and kind of, in essence, I suppose, raise her right arm just to try this exercising, basically. And I don't exactly know what happened, but anyway, she twinged her back, and she's in absolute agony. Yeah, this is basically the back end of Stanton. There's the information notice board there. We've seen that a few times. This is the old abandoned railway line. There used to be a railway line that used to run straight down here. It's a bit of a dead giveaway, really. There's drop off to the left hand side, drop off to the right hand side. It's as straight as an arrow, single track line. So basically from Swindon to Highworth, I think. And that was it. I don't think it came straight back again. But this was decommissioned, I believe, sometime back in the 40s or the 50s. That was one of the creations of Dr. Beeching, who used to live in a place called East Grinstead, which is down towards the south and east, just south of London. So he was in control of the railways at the time. And it was his brainchild, if you like, to decommission a lot of the single track lines, little branch lines I used to call them, going from sort of towns out to villages and small towns. So basically centralised everything, and thousands of miles of railway lines were ripped up, and basically this is the end result of it. Yeah, but the downside is that people have got to make their way into towns to get their train. The upside is that we have lovely places like this to walk on. There we go. Every cloud has a silver lining. Right, okay. Normal thing. We'll pop a camera on the bird table. I'm just going to put some bird seed on there. Got Mr. Robin up there. I'm just going to see if he's going to come down, and he's thinking about it. Oh, here we go. Look. Got ourselves a great tip there. Hello, Mr. Robin. Morning. How are you today? You all right? Yeah, he's fine, isn't he? Yeah, he's good. Hello, Mr. Robin. Maybe not, ain't. That might just be a bridge too far for him. He's up there singing away though. Anyway. There we go. Yeah. Right, so we've seen a great tit and a robin so far. I can't get too far away because I can't see what the birds are without my glasses on. I'm kind of struggling. I'll tell you what I can do though. I'll cheat. I'll use my Lumix and zoom in. Let's see if I can get this thing to work properly. Right. Move dial, shall we? Yeah. I'll just zoom in on it. I think if I can something comes on there, I might just be able to make out what it is. It's very quiet yesterday, and doesn't seem to be that busy this morning either. So anyway, yeah, got some nice shots of the cormorant yesterday ducking under the water. They're nice birds, but you know they've got to survive and all that. But they do a lot of damage to fish stocks in lakes and places. They can literally clear a pond out or clear a small lake out in a matter of weeks. You get a few of those hanging about. Yeah, because they go after the small fish and leave the adult fish alone. Just means that there's no small fish kind of coming through to be adult fish. That's the problem with it. Yeah. Now, did I pack my small camera yesterday? Have I gone and left it at home? You know what, I think I've gone and left it at home. I suppose I could always use the one on my cam cap, couldn't I? But I do like that one on my cam cap. Yeah. Yeah. I think I've gone and left it at home. Left it on charge, I think. Oh, what an idiot. Oh dear. So too much of a rush this morning to get out, you see, that's what it was. Let's have a little look in here, see if I've missed it at all. No, I've left it at home. Oh well, there we go. Anyway, I can always use the one on my cap. I use that one, stick it in the mount, and I can throw that in the water. Anyway, we'll head on down to the lake and see if there's any life in the lake this time. So there we go. At least the birds have got some food to go on with. Well, something similar to the setup I used yesterday. Okay, got my kite wire. I'll give myself about 25 feet thereabouts. Yeah, the problem I had yesterday is it wasn't coming out, was it, out of the hole? So what I've done, I've made the holes a little bit bigger, so that it does start to fall out, or it ought to start falling out, but we won't know that until I actually throw it in and start recording. As I say, I've got to use the camera which is on top of my hat because I left the other one at home. There's a bit of trepidation attached to that because the camera on my hat is a very good one. And anyone who's been watching my videos knows that somewhere down there is one of these. So I don't really want to be losing the one on top of my head. Honestly, I'll try not to, but accidents will happen. Anyway, so I've got to change over cameras now and stick this one in there. Right, just swapping over cameras. I've got to make sure that it all lines up nicely as well. Okay. Just going to go in that way, so I'll turn this one on first. Please come back, don't get lost. Okay, so I've got to make sure that it's lined up properly. There we go, it should just about be right, I think. It's all cranked down properly. That should be okay, just about. Right, okay, so fishing tackle has been deployed. Just hoping it's all intact, that's all. You never know, there's always a bit of trepidation which is involved in throwing camera equipment into water. Things can happen. Did happen a few years ago. There is another GoPro down there somewhere. Thing is, it's quite deep down there. We're talking 9, 10, 11 feet. And a lot of mud down there as well. I tried to get the camera out a few years ago and unsuccessfully. But saying that, I did get it out once and I thought I could do it again, but no, I couldn't find it. But I might go down there in the summer with my fishing rods. You get 3 or 4 fishing rods, you tie them all together, and then you get a camera on the end. You fix that up at a certain position so it's looking down, okay, at the bottom of the lake. Then what you do, you feed a wire from that camera down there back up the fishing rod to the handle where you've got your mobile telephone. Then you connect the wire to that, and then you've got linkage. Then you can see what's going on down the bottom of the lake in real time. That's quite interesting, that. Anyway, all is fairly quiet on the lake. There's a dead tree up there, and on the dead tree is the cormorant. There's several. I think it's a cormorant anyway. It's about 150 yards away, so I think it's a cormorant. And no doubt he'll be coming down and looking for his breakfast fairly soon, and if he does, I've got my Lumix with me. We can perhaps have a little bit of a film. It's quite interesting to see him yesterday, but my goodness me, they really do swim through the water very, very quickly. It's incredible. One second he was here, literally 4 or 5 seconds later he was like 50, 60 yards away, you know. But obviously they've been built, you know, or adapted to their situation in a very, very good way. There we go. Anyway, it's a beautiful morning on the lake this morning. You say the sun is shining. It'll be a nice day today, I think. Yeah. Lovely day. Yep, hardly any breeze. Lovely this morning. Yeah, so I think what I'll do, I'll stick the camera, leave it there for about half an hour. Thereabouts. It's just gently probably spinning around, turning around. I'm hoping that the dog biscuit inside is going all soggy and it's kind of leaching out of the pores which I've made slightly bigger in the jar. I'm hoping that's the case. I've also put some bird seed in there as well. We might get a glimpse of some nice fish, but it's probably still very, very green down there and murky. So therefore we probably won't see an awful lot, but the thing is, you never quite know what you're going to get, you know. It's a bit like, you know, sticking your money in a gambling machine. You never know if it's going to be your lucky day or not, you know. So this is very much like me just sticking my money in a gambling machine, hoping that it's going to be my lucky day. You never know. We might see Pedro the pike. Right, so we're recording on the Lumix. The sound's going to be slightly different. We're just zoomed in as far as I can go on the cormorant, which is on top of that dead tree. Zoom in a bit more, there we go. That's the cormorant up there. He's on a dead tree, which is not far from the lake. There we go, so he's on pretty much first call for his breakfast when he wants to come down and starts to wreak havoc once more. Don't know, he's pruning his feathers, perhaps he's already been in for his breakfast or something. But they need about 6 pounds of fish every day, you know, just to survive, so he might come down again in a while. If he does, I've got my Lumix with me. Oh, there we go. Look, he just dropped something there, I think. Oh, gee, that was funny. Just incredible. There we go. All is nice and peaceful on the lake this morning. Lovely. Okay. Right, foraging around in the wood. I got myself, I think it's a bit of silver birch. Looking at it firsthand, I'm going to take it home, clean it up. They cut it into sections. And what I can do with the smaller parts is I can make candlesticks out of them. So I've got a 37mm Forstner bit, which I've ordered off the internet. I'm hoping it's going to arrive sometime this week, as advertised. You never know with these things in the lockdown when it's going to arrive. But what I can do, I can cut it up into sections, different sizes, different heights, and then I can get to work on it. So not only can I sell my ornaments on my little sort of mobile shop, I can also sell candlesticks as well. You know, you can put little tea lights in the top. What I wouldn't mind doing at some point is learning how to carve. And I can like carve, you know, bits in the side of the candlestick and one thing or another. Just to give it some extra appeal. I think people are starting to wake up to the fact that, you know, the whole kind of plastic revolution we've been going through now for the past 30 or 40 years has been so damaging to the environment that we really got to try and leech ourselves away, you know, from there's a couple of squirrels down there, you know, leech ourselves away from the whole addiction we've got to plastic, and then go back to more kind of natural resources, because I mean things like this are replaceable. You know, they grow, our trees grow, you know, we all benefit from that. But with plastic, you know, once it's had its use, it's quite difficult sometimes to reuse, and unfortunately we've all seen the you know, the impact that's had environmentally on the world. So yeah, that's another good reason I think why people really ought to be, steering away from cheap plastic imports and go for something which is maybe more natural. I think that's the way the world's looking now. It's heading that way. So there we go. I'm going to take these home and get to work on them. Give me something to do this afternoon, and get them prepared to make them into candlesticks. Something else I can sell on my little mobile shop. Anyway, lovely day. Lovely morning so far.